and she wasn't responding. And I would shake her and she would look at me and then she would go back out. And she did it like 3 times. And the third time I started to get a little panicky. So I laid on her chest and I could hear her heart beating. It was warm. She was warm. And I just remember like, oh my God, why isn't she waking up? So somehow the universe works in mysterious ways. Somehow the cell phone that I wasn't able to work, I was able to call my sister. I don't know why I dialed her. I don't. But my sister is also very awake and very spiritual as well. But at the time, again, we both weren't awake. We knew we were different, but we just weren't awake. And she said, Michelle, okay, this is what I want you to do. Calm down. So she calls my mom at work. We just weren't thinking at the moment. She said, so she calls my mom and my cousin Wanda, who also passed away just recently. And I have some stories about her as well. Maybe not in this video, but maybe in the next few videos, because I have a few family member stories. But this one is mainly fixated on my Aunt Diane. And she said, Wanda, this is what I want you to do. I want you to put us on hold. I want you to go next door, knock on the door and ask, could someone call 911? And I did. The lady was a nurse that knocked on the door that I knocked on. And she called 911. And I remember that Wanda and my sister stayed, Takia, they stayed on the phone with me until the ambulance got there. And the ambulance got there. They carried her out because she had so much stuff in her apartment. She had so many amazing things in that apartment. So they couldn't really get her out. They had to carry her out by her arms and legs. And when they brought her out and they laid her down, she woke up and she looked up at me and she said, you. And then she grinned. And that was the last time I saw her alive. That was it. And I just remember the weather. Because months before she died, she said to me that when it storms outside, that means that a good spirit has passed on. And it kept raining and it kept thundering and and it did it at her funeral as well. She died May 2nd. Her funeral was, I believe, the 4th or 5th. And the day she died, it just rained and it poured down and it rained and it poured down and it thundered. And it did it at her funeral. It just rained and rained and it thundered and it thundered.